All right, I've got a bone to pick with this. I've got a bone to pick with.
You got
this
two
guy
guys
here.
that destroyed your cake,
Yeah, so
including your own friend.
I feel like Hardpoint is having his way with the cake defiler in aisle 12.
Yeah, I shot him because he defiled cake. If you ask me.
So
one
I would like, based on my particular combat tactics, I'm gonna go with something hard and fast and effective. I want to be in the face of this character, this dwarf right here, this guy.
The face.
I want to be with my Ingram.
You're gonna be more like the 5 feet over his head, and he's gonna be more like the knee.
Well, this should be effective with my shotgun then.
Gotta kick you and bite you in the shins.
He can try.
Okay, so you're gonna waltz right up to him and shoot him with your shotgun?
You're so tall that
Well,
it's like you can point the shotgun directly down at him.
I'm not gonna waltz. Like I'm gonna. I'm actually gonna.
He stomps over angrily, busting out a shotgun in one hand, shoots him like freaking Ash in the Evil Dead.
It's not technically an aimed shot at the head, but the only thing you can see is his head because you aim down.
All right.
Okay.
Then I'm
So
gonna do
we're
it.
gonna call it a simple action to swap your gun, free action to move over, and simple action to shoot straight down at him. The poor
Okay.
dwarf.
He's not poor. He deserves everything that's coming to him.
He committed cake aside.
That's
must die.
it's unforgivable.
He must die.
All right.
Okay. So, since you're using your shotgun, this is the long arm skill. Though, obviously, you're going to roll your shotgun.
Okay. Situational modifier. I'm looking at -1.
-1, but you're going to get +1 because you have a height advantage on him.
Perfect. 0.
And then Forn is going to dodge. Is he going to dodge? With only 7 dice, but he has...
Almost turning to frozen there.
wound. So, taking his wounds into account... Defender win! So, you're so hot-headed and angry with the plastic crap that's on your face. And you have some particular piece of plastic on your head as you're trying to like brush everything off. You take your shotgun, and you think you have the height of his head right as you're aiming it square at his forehead. But because of the distortion of the plastic, you just kind of have the aim just off, so your gun just rings out in a nice, loud thud right over his head and hits the stand behind him, just showering debris over your head.
How thick are these walls? What happens to Gentry back there?
Well,
It's an entire shelf as well.
Yeah. That's
Well,
a shelf full of CDs and computers and stuff too. Those are thick, right?
no. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna roll structural to see if
Wait. What ammo is he using?
he's using a simple buckshot. Make it easy.
Oh, buckshot. That's got no freaking power at all in those tiny pellets.
So just because
Holy
whatever.
crap!
Okay,
That's how I
so
roll.
apparently there is a gap being made after some of the being knocked into that shelf by Veronica and Miss Myth and I guess your previous amount of bullets.
Ooh.
So your bullets not only go through a bunch of CDs, making a nice shattering of like multicolored rain glass all around you and Fornus, which we're going to roll for here in a minute. But it's going to pierce through the wall and possibly hit Gentry. So Gentry,
No.
You had to ask.
roll reaction plus intuition at -5 because you can't see Sledge right now. So, and you couldn't tell he was going to shoot a shotgun through the wall.
Okay. Reaction plus intuition, so that's a 10. And wait, so what do I? So it's a 10, and then what's the modifier again?
-5 because you have no idea he's shooting at you.
What about the fact that the wall is blocking most of it?
Well, unfortunately, I already accounted for that, and the pellets are going to go through. They're not going to do much
Fair.
damage.
All right. What's the? Is it physical limit?
In a dodge test, there is no limit because you're the victim of the dodging.
Okay, fair. Okay, so
You're being victimized by pellets and CDs.
You're gonna have really high-tech acne.
There you go. What's it gonna do?
one success.
Okay. So you kind of hear Sledge, but you don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's going to go for a punch. Maybe he was going to draw a sword and slash down on the man. A number of options, but not ever did you think he was going to miss at point-blank range, shoot through a wall, and you're going to resist about... What's the damage on your shotgun -4 there, Bub? You have 8 damage, so resist 4 physical damage, please. Actually, it's below your armor, so roll stun. So it's 4 stun damage coming at you.
Does he get to soak?
Okay. So
You get
do I
to
roll
soak
something?
with all your dice. It's body plus armor, and you're just using the tiny little armor button next to your under armor section.
Okay.
No modifiers.
Okay. 2 damage reduction. It's a lot of dice rolled, not a lot of successes.
You want to take 2 damage, though.
You just kind of feel like your back and side get peppered by what felt like BBs and possibly other bits of shrapnel that just don't really embed themselves into your armor, but it was enough to knock you back a step, just a half step, toward the restroom door.
Okay.
And kind of blocking Veronica's path as she was running towards you.
Okay, so I take 2 stun then?
Correct. So you just type 2 under where it shows your wound.
Yep.
But that... He doesn't take... Is it 3 to get reduced to 1, or is it more than 3?
He has to get 3 for there to be a dice reduction.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So you're good.
Okay, so next up,
I
Gentry,
mentioned that.
Gentry, you get to respond to that.
If you meant to do that, that's not very nice.
He pulls a pistol, puts it up to the wall. Fuck you!
Yeah, right. Just fire back.
Just changing bullets through the
That
wall.
must be bad guys! Shoot back through
Yeah,
the hole!
he doesn't know it's Sledge.
Okay, quick question about how the Matrix works. If I wanted to like hack into the panic button or any of the other technology here, would I have to actually get physically close to it, or would I just like have to go into like VR and then go there?
Good question. So, normally when you're not in the virtual realm, that's not going into a coma after plugging into your cyber deck. That's VR. You
Right.
are in AR at almost all times.
Okay.
So you see everything in holographic vision everywhere. So you see floating advertisements and all sorts of stuff. It's flickering, obviously, because of the explosion. But in AR, you get to interact with stuff through the Matrix. So you can do Matrix actions since you're kind of in AR mode.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming you're kind of trying to trip the panic button from your position.
Yeah. Well, first, from my knowledge, what would this panic button do specifically? Would it set off a loud alarm in here? Or is it like a silent alarm? Will cops come?
Do you have some kind of business or store knowledge in your knowledge list under your character sheet?
We probably know that cops aren't really a thing, right?
I have security procedures.
You can roll that.
Cool.
We know cops aren't really a thing anymore, right? That's
I don't know
That's
that.
general
Cops not really a
knowledge.
thing?
Oh, you guys know that. And cops, traditional government paid cops aren't a thing.
Right, it's just like corpse owned as
Lone
technology.
Star.
Oh, worse. It is a mercenary police. They have a contract with the city, and they are mercenary. And they are not nice.
It's
They're
not
called the
Lone
Night
Star?
Errant. It's not Lone Star anymore. They got kicked out. It's Night
Oh,
Errant.
really?
Yes,
That.
that happened.
Lone Star were dicks.
All right, so Speedy, you gonna hack that thing?
Wait. So and
Roll.
those people come. Will an alarm be set off though?
In the Stuffer Shack, it's usually a combination of police alarm and the store alarm.
Okay. And I can do that in AR from where I am.
Yes, so what you'll have to do with your mystical mind hacking powers is first, you're going to need to get marks on the thing so you can actually interact with it. Now, because it's just a simple, stupid panic button, I'll let you do the thing you want with one mark.
Okay.
So to get a mark, you're going to have to spend a complex action, and you can either brute force it, or you can sneakily hack on the fly to get a mark on it.
If I brute force it, it's they know that I'm doing something, but do they know who I am at all? Would there be anything that would trace it back to me?
So, because this is a simple stuffer shack, it doesn't have super duper crazy security that you should worry about that you normally do. So, if you do a punchy thing, it'll alert something, but the consequences would be too severe.
Work for its intended purpose. I'm just gonna roll brute force.
Alright, he's gonna brute force it. And I'm going to roll this amount of dice.
4 successes.
Whoopee! So, right, your Gentry in your style of doing things is like traditional elves. So, you pull a bow back and shoot a mark, which turns, I believe, into an arrow that stabs right into the digital icon representing the panic button.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, you got a mark on it. Ain't that cool?
Is his avatar like an archer?
Yes.
It is like an
that's
elven
cool.
archer, yes.
Yes.
And his programs are like his boots, it's his gloves, it's his bow and
armor and
I imagine him having a quiver with several different like arrows for different programs.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really sweet.
I imagine he kind of looks like Legolas, but with a hood. Because he's cool
Exactly.
and edgy. Very edgy.
edgy.
Humans are so edgy.
I'm gonna wham this button, okay? Crossbow.
Do I have another action to use to turn it on?
So Gentry, to do any of your general matrix stuff, that is a complex action. So you got a free action to just kind of mosey around somewhere.
I'm going to walk into the bathroom.
Okay. Gentry, after successfully shooting an arrow, he just kind of pushes the door open with his hind heel while he's still holding the archer pose, and he just sort of steps back inside.
Mm-hmm.
What a tribe! Okay, so that was Gentry's hacktastic attack. So next we got Stubby. Stubby.
He fails.
Stubby senses danger. Stubby notices gun on floor. Stubby picks up shotgun on floor. Stubby sees the immediate threat of either Miss Smith trying to grab his boss, or Sledge, who is shooting him and trying to, and apparently missing his boss at point blank
How are we
range.
failing for? He's so little. We could just pick him up and shoot him. God.
So, thinking he might get you both in one shot, fires a shotgun blast straight at Miss Smith and Sledge. So, I don't have an item to assign Stubby, so I'm gonna have to just make it. That's gonna be there. That's gonna be there.
I'm not looking forward to getting shot.
Neither am I.
Oh right, and he
Can I pick up the dwarf?
he also sucks. So,
Use him as a shield?
all right, so he's gonna shoot at you guys.
I dodged.
Wow. All right, so yep, you guys dodge.
Delightful.
Miss Smith dodges. Sledge dodges.
I mean, do I actually dodge, or am I just rolling against
Yeah,
this?
you do actually dodge. So roll your dodge.
I
roll.
imagine he comes up with the gun and Miss Smith just sort of like crouches down instantly with this big wide-eyed expression on her face.
So do your reaction plus intuition roll.
Both of us?
Yes, because he's firing a shotgun blast at you guys.
Reaction and intuition.
And I still have that negative.
Yes. -1. Of course you do. You just missed a dwarf at point blank.
All right, here's mine.
That's 3 hits. Okay. So you guys see him raise the gun. He's like, "Get down, boss!" And then he fires around. He obviously gave himself away when he shouted at his boss, giving you plenty of time to just kind of sidestep out of the way and Sledge to perform some kind of nifty dodge maneuver over here. He somehow heard him shouting, and you're like, "Oh shit, I gotta move somewhere," so you just backpedal. Alright, so you successfully both dodged a shotgun blast, and hey guys, it's that time again.
Does this mean that he has a chance of hitting his boss? You said he's not very smart, and if he's aiming at both of us who are in close combat, wouldn't it risk hitting his own boss as well?
It would have, if Miss Smith, it would have hit Miss Smith, and it would have done that. So, apparently he shot in such a bad angle, he missed both of you, so Fornus wouldn't have gotten clipped.
Miss Smith takes up a lot of space.
They're
She
right
does.
there. I'm gonna aim over here.
Pretty much.
Miss
Fuck
Smith
that
is-
aisle.
He's trying to get you
Miss
both in the
Smith
same
is
blast.
very tall and very broad.
So guys, ooh, we rolled a 6. So we get some pyrotechnics, some stuff explodes, characters and anyone else in the vicinity like possibly get hurt in some way, shape, or form. So he misses so bad when he fires in your direction. Like he's waving the gun up, he's about to fire quick as he's like, "Boss, get down!" Grabbing the gun, pick it up. He apparently like pulls the trigger way too soon, so he shoots up and hits the light above you guys. So it's gonna rain down glass, explosion, possibly make some fire happen. So you guys gotta roll your reaction plus intuition to evade 3 stun damage from fire and static and stuff raining down on your head.
Now would this hit the boss?
This will hit the boss. And the boss... That's 8 dice. But he's got 7 dice because he's wounded. Wow, I'm impressed. So, Bub, apparently as you were stumbling back a sledge, you know, you're just like, "Oh crap, I'm getting shot at!" And you're just kind of backing up into aisle 11. You just completely avoid all the glass that just came shattering down.
Okay.
Unfortunately for 4 and Fornus, you guys get a nice bit of stun damage raining down on your head from like electrics, parts of like plaster and other materials like crashing on your head, including some metal from the pipeworks. So we gotta resist 3 stun damage, you and I.
Out of the fire into the forest.
4.
So would I roll my not another resistance? Intuition reaction?
So you're doing the armor button now, not the dodge. So if you go to your character sheet, go down to armor, where you have that tiny little button next to your armor. You're gonna click that. So apparently, a part of the beam fell down and like hit the back of your shoulders, kind of knocking you into the counter. Where Fornus, he kind of got lucky and stumbled back toward the CD rack to avoid this stuff falling down. And a little bit of fire starts to catch out here.